Joseph Vissarionovich Stalin, born Ioseb Jughashvili on December 18, 1878, in Gori, Georgia, is a figure who has left an indelible mark on history. His transformative journey from a cobbler's son to the iron-fisted ruler of the Soviet Union is a tale of relentless ambition, political intrigue, and ruthless consolidation of power. Early in his life, young Ioseb was an intelligent but unruly child. Despite his mother's deep hope that he would become a priest, a path she believed would lead to a stable and respectable life, Stalin was drawn to revolutionary politics. His formative years were marked by an emerging fervor for Marxist ideology, which led him to join the local socialist movement. It was during these early years that he adopted the name Stalin, derived from the Russian word for steel, cementing his image as a man of unbreakable will. The turn of the century found Stalin engaging in underground activities. He organized strikes and protests, rapidly climbing the ranks of the Bolshevik Party. His cunning and tactical mind won him the trust of Vladimir Lenin, the leader of the Bolsheviks, who recognized Stalin's organizational prowess and his ability to execute plans with ruthless efficiency. However, this also marked the beginning of an era of cunning and treachery that would define his path to power. When the 1917 Russian Revolution toppled the Tsarist autocracy and brought the Bolsheviks to power, Stalin was appointed Commissar of Nationalities, a role that positioned him to influence the diverse ethnic populations of the Soviet Union. It was a critical juncture in his career that sharpened his skills in manipulation and deception. As Lenin's health declined, a power struggle erupted among the Bolshevik leadership. Stalin, with his shrewd understanding of party dynamics and an unyielding desire for power, outmaneuvered his rivals, including Leon Trotsky, who was widely perceived as Lenin's likely successor. By the late 1920s, Stalin had consolidated his power, becoming the undisputed leader of the Soviet Union. Stalin's reign was characterized by dramatic and often brutal policies aimed at transforming Soviet society. His series of five-year plans sought to industrialize the agrarian economy, but this rapid push for industrialization came at a staggering human cost. Millions perished in forced labor camps, famines, and purges as Stalin's regime cracked down on any perceived dissent. His paranoia and the cult of personality he cultivated led to widespread fear and repression. The Great Purge of the 1930s saw the execution of a large swath of the Communist Party, military leaders, and ordinary citizens accused of counter-revolutionary activities. Yet, in the crucible of World War II, Stalin's leadership was both merciless and pivotal. The German invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941 brought the country to the brink of collapse, but Stalin's brutal tactics, including the brutal defense of Stalingrad, eventually turned the tide in favor of the Allies. The Soviet victory came at a tremendous cost, with millions of Soviet soldiers and civilians losing their lives. Following the end of World War II, Stalin's influence extended beyond the Soviet Union as he sought to expand communist ideology across Eastern Europe, setting the stage for the Cold War. Despite his tyrannical rule, Stalin was seen by many as a strong and decisive leader who transformed the Soviet Union into a global superpower. Stalin's life came to an end on March 5, 1953, leaving behind a legacy of both industrial prowess and deep-seated terror. His death marked the beginning of a turbulent period in Soviet history, as the nation grappled with the authoritarian and often brutal measures that had defined his rule. The narrative of Joseph Stalin is a complex tapestry of political maneuvering, ideological rigidity, and unrelenting pursuit of power. His life is a stark reminder of how absolute power can both build and destroy, and how the consequences of such power reverberate through history.